Hello, this is a brief essential Canvas tutorial to master the basics in preparation for Spring 2023 quarter. My name is Paige Coleman and I am Canvas Faculty Support with Learning Technologies and Spaces. We are part of the Office of the Vice Provost for Student Affairs. Before I begin, I'd like to emphasize that if you have any questions at all during this brief essential tutorial, or while you are beginning to set up your Canvas course, please submit a ticket at canvashelp@stanford.edu. Please do not spend more than 10 minutes trying to figure something out. There is no question too big or too small. This is what we are here for. Please just submit a ticket at canvashelp@stanford.edu. So let's delve in. If this is your first time navigating to Canvas, be prepared to web authenticate. Canvas works best in Firefox or Chrome. Simply type in canvas.stanford.edu into your URL and you will immediately be brought to your dashboard. As you can see at the top of the page, prior to scrolling down and reaching your Canvas course cards, we reserve this top space for global announcements. We reserve this space for only pertinent information, so please take the time to read the global announcement before Xing it out. If you accidentally X out or close out a global announcement, it's not lost for good. You can access it by navigating to Account in the global menu. And then if you scroll down, you'll see global announcements. And here you can view your current and your recent. Now navigating back to my dashboard in the global menu, I'm going to scroll down and I can view published courses and unpublished courses. It is important to note that all courses are unpublished by default. So if this is a course that you are teaching for Spring 2023, which it should be, a Canvas course card representing that course will appear on your dashboard. We pull this information from the registrar from Access. So if you do not see this course card on your dashboard, feel free to contact the registrar or to reach out to your department admin. The absolute last thing you should do when your course is student-facing ready is publish your course. The absolute last thing, and I will highlight that at the end. I'm going to navigate back to Account in the global menu prior to delving into a Canvas course. I'd like to make note of a few things. First, I'm going to click on Profile. Now you have the ability by clicking on these three dots on the right side of the screen to edit your profile. Here you can upload your own bio, include links, contact info, and this image is your own personal picture or avatar. The same will apply for the students as well. This picture is not connected to the registrar at all. I'm now navigating to Settings. And if you draw your attention to the right side of the screen under Ways to Contact, my Stanford email address is highlighted and elected by default. We highly recommend that your default email address remains your Stanford email address. If it is not, then it could create a barrier to entry for particular tools within Canvas. For instance, Zoom and even collaborations, which are Google Docs, synced to your Stanford email account. I'm now going to navigate to Notifications. If you intend on utilizing Canvas to communicate with students in your class, I highly recommend that you make students aware so they can turn on notifications for your course. And notifications can be set on a course-by-course basis. So here you select the frequency with which you'd like to receive notifications regarding particular tools in Canvas. So for instance, announcements, if I click on this, the little bell, these are the options available to me, and this applies to all the tools listed here within Canvas. Now I am going to navigate back to my dashboard. I'm going to scroll down to my unpublished course, And I'm going to navigate into this course by clicking on the course card. Now, let's say that you would like to import content from last quarter's course or the previous spring quarter into this spring quarter's course. We are going to import that content by navigating down and clicking on Settings. And if you draw your attention to the right side of the screen under Course Status, there is Import Course Content, and I'm going to click on Import Course Content. Now, under Import Content, under Content Type, I'm going to click the arrow and I'm going to select Copy a Canvas Course. Now I'm going to begin searching for my previous course. Just type in. This may take a few seconds. When you begin typing it for all to populate, I'm going to click on it. But then under content, I'm going to click the radio button, select specific content, and then import. But then I must take it one step further and select that specific content. And this is where I would be selecting that content. And then the bottom right, I click Select Content. The job will queue, and this should only take a few minutes. If it takes more, this would be a great example of submitting a ticket at canvashelp@stanford.edu. Now I'm going to go back to my navigation menu. And just to highlight a few basic features here, again, this is just the essentials. Best practice, the first thing to do would be to upload your syllabus. I'm going to click on the edit pencil icon. And this is the rich content editor box, and this box remains consistent amongst other tools in Canvas as well. For instance, when creating announcements, discussions, assignments, I can insert links, images, media, documents. For the purpose of inserting my syllabus, I am going to click on the caret next to the document, and I'm going to upload a document which will take it from my desktop. Course documents is everything that you've already put into files. Upload document, I'm going to click on the rocket ship, and then I'm going to locate my spring 2023 syllabus, click it. However, you can see submit is still grayed out. That is because nothing is visible or viewable to students unless, and then therefore publishable, unless you select usage rights. So I'm going to click on the caret next to usage rights. I hold the copyright and click submit. This yellow bar will blink, but then I must still scroll down and click update syllabus. I've just successfully uploaded my syllabus. There is one caveat with this tool, whereas whenever you add content directly into your Canvas course, that's only visible to those enrolled in your course or other teaching teams. However, with the syllabus tool, that document you added will automatically feed out to syllabus.stanford.edu, so it is searchable to others within the Stanford community. That being said, this site too is behind authentication, so it is locked down to those only within the Stanford community. The next best practice after uploading your syllabus would be to bring over all your content to files. However, before I delve into files, I would like to briefly review roster photos and the people tool. Now, roster photos is only visible to the teaching teams. And I'm going to highlight a more robust view. Students have the ability to navigate to access and record their pronouns and name pronunciation, which we then pull into Canvas roster photos. This has recently been updated, so if you've used it in the past and you're using it again, please clear your cache in roster photos to view the update. So you can filter students by their name, their pronouns, their sections. and then you can listen to their name pronunciation and view their pronouns. Another aspect about this tool I'd like to point out is the download roster button. We highly recommend that you download their roster in the beginning of the quarter and then after the add drop period. The reasoning for this is based on the amount of volume in Canvas at any given time. There could be a lag in notifications going out. For instance, if you send an announcement, if you create an announcement and push it out, and you yourself do not receive a notification that announcement deployed, it most likely did not. And so this provides a fail-safe option just in case. So that's why we highly recommend that you also download the roster after the add drop period so you have an accurate CSV file of the students' names and email addresses. Now the Peoples tool is visible to students. However, students will only see each other's names, section, and role. If your course is going to employ a lot of group, project, collaborative-based work, I recommend leaving the People tool visible. Everything in this navigation menu can be customized. For instance, scrolling down to settings, clicking on navigation at the top, and you can see these tools mirror the tools on the left. And if you want to hide something from students, you would just drag and drop it down. And in reverse, if you want something to be visible to students, you would drag and drop that tool up. But do not forget to scroll down and click Save. As you can see next to Pages here, there's an eye with a slash icon through it. This eye/icon will appear next to Tools for two reasons. One, it's hidden from students and you don't want students to see it. Or two, there's just no content in that tool yet. Now let's navigate back to files. You've uploaded your syllabus, and next best practice would be to bring all your content over to the Files tool. I'm going to click Upload, and it will take a file from my desktop. Now once I upload it, there's this red exclamation mark next to it, because just like with the syllabus tool, nothing can be viewable and published unless you select usage rights. So I'm going to click on the exclamation mark, select my usage rights, and publish, and then save. Now you may be thinking this is a lot of work if I'm going to bring over a quarter's worth of content. However, there is a hack here. If you are on a Mac, press Command A, and if you are on a PC, press Control A. And this box with all your content will highlight in blue, and it allows for bulk functionality. So you can delete according to bulk, you can manage the usage rights according to bulk, you can move content around, download it as a zip, manage access, which means you could lock down the availability and until date that a document or a folder is accessible to students. A great use case for this would be if you had a midterm file you may want to put in to a locked folder, or you just don't want students to access an assignment between a particular period of time. And then you can also view documents toggle. You can also organize files by creating folders within files. I recommend when doing so, if you choose to, that this is consistent with your syllabus. It's a more seamless approach for the students to follow. Regarding naming conventions, we do not recommend utilizing dates. For instance, how we just imported content from one quarter to another. If you were to do that and all your assignments and discussions and files were tied to dates, all those dates would roll over and they would no longer apply. It would be a lot of extra work for yourself, a lot of extra clicking. So we recommend using unit, theme, project names, and whatnot. Anything opposed to dates. And I'm going to navigate back to the global menu. I'm going to click on Help. At any time, you always have this menu visible to you while you're working through your Canvas course. Immediate issues, request help from Stanford Canvas support is the same as submitting a ticket to canvashelp@stanford.edu. Continuing studies, you can browse Stanford Canvas FAQs, which our team highly curated and pertain to our Canvas needs here at Stanford. And then you also have the Canvas guides, the Instructure guides. Instructure is the company that owns and operates Canvas. I'm going to navigate back to home. The absolute last thing you should do, as I mentioned, is publish your course. You can do so from that home page. You can also publish from settings. You have course status here, and then you can also publish your course from the dashboard. You have a publish button on unpublished courses directly from the dashboard. If you would like a deeper dive into Canvas, please take a look at the basic Canvas overview video. I think it's about 45 minutes or so long. I delve into all the other tools as well regarding assignments and discussions, modules, pages, and quizzes. But again, please do not spend more than 10 minutes trying to figure something out. This is what we're here for, and we are happy to help. Please just submit a ticket at canvashelp@stanford.edu. Have a great spring 2023 quarter.